It's a quiet morning, so I thought maybe I'll film this. There's a hatch at the third bis or ditch down where I'm letting the water drop to the last of the four that you see. And I want to have another terrace in between those. It just kind of invites it, another opportunity to spread the water out. So briefly, or shortly, I'm going to go outside. And while I'm there, I'm going to make a scratch with my hoe across that. What I do is I pace off the distance of the land. That's what it's called, between ditches like that when you plow or something. That's a land. And I'll pace it off, and then I'll divide that in half and pace it again, and halfway between them. That's the way I'll measure it, so there'll be two lands instead of one. There, you can see a difference where I did that scratching. The middle part, I changed some things too. The middle part scratched real easy. It had about the texture as easy as cheese, maybe easier, like sand. But then as soon as I got beyond what was wet from the hatch that I've now closed, it got just like cement. So I opened a hatch on the near side and two on the far side to soften the ground and still fill the ditch. Now when I go down there, it's just really a scratch. So when I go down there, wherever it's running out, I'll hoe a little bit of dirt in that. And as long as it doesn't have a high spot in the middle and water will run out either side, well, I'll know it's dead level. Another thing I'm working on is hedging. Since I'm going to be filming this, I might as well show you. That willow hedge above, I'm going to move here so you can see, I think you can see, oh maybe, yeah, you can barely see, that I've been coming along cutting alders and willows along, and you'll see that develop before I make my next shot, because I'm going to work my way along there, and I'll say more about that then. And another thing I'm going to show you too, I had all this terraced, or at least, yeah, sort of terraced last year, but there's a foundation there. There's many foundations right down in there. And when the pigs found that, well, they weren't going to be satisfied until they just rooted all through that stuff and turned up pieces of pottery and metal and stuff. But they've had their fun, and so I'm going to also begin to go across that. So you should notice a difference there. I'll show you that. It's about this time of day that I turn the pigs over to the other pasture, so they're kind of coming out looking for me. The water is slowing up because of the time of day. And what I should tell you there is I put a temporary ditch across that. It's just too hard to explain. It's until I unite the old ditches that were once there. Now here's the place that I've been focusing on all day. The lighting is different. It's a little harder to see what I'm doing, but and also because all the ground now is somewhat moist because of the various hatches. But there's a hatch at either end. The water's smooth between them, so there's no ripples. It's dead level. And if you think, well, yeah, but boy, that looks so bare. Well, I know, but there's several things about that. One, the soil's terrible. Another is we're under walnuts. And a lot of people say nothing will grow under walnuts. That's not true. But when the walnuts have come down, the pigs over the last couple of years, they really ripped the ground up to get 50, 100 years worth of walnuts. Ultimately, it'll look probably like that. That's contour ditch down there. That's hog pasture. They have that. And now that's not nearly so steep. And then on the same, more not quite as steep, but steep, you might be able to see out through there that it's the same. I mean, it greens up. So I may end up stopping for today just because of water. I don't know. Probably this is enough for now. Bye.